So, so
Well,
you,
beans.
so you for sure that you're gonna do the all the 2 weeks crafting potions.
No, I'll try to find a trainer, I guess. I really want to learn a language, but I can do that later when I level up later, so
Okay,
I just touch people and learn what they speak.
I see.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So there's like three different tiers, we'll call them, of carousing. The There's low class, middle class, upper class. You're probably not going to find a monk trainer carousing in the upper class. Possibly not even the middle class. So we're going to go ahead and roll on the low class carousing. So
Okay, what am I rolling?
you are first going to roll me a percentage die, which is you roll a 1d10, that's the first number, and then another d10, and that's the second number. So you're going to roll for the 10th place and then the 100th place. Wait, no, we're not talking about decimals here. But anyway, just roll a d10 and then roll another d10. Okay.
A 1
A 1.
and an 8.
Oh, lordy. You almost had a complication. All right, so yeah, you're mingling with the low class. You're walking through the streets of Baythorpe. Um, you run into some familiar faces. You meet some new people. Go ahead and roll me a. Give me a persuasion check. Okay. So you find a couple people that are pointing you towards someone they believe would be a person that could teach you the ways to further your monkhood. And they actually point outside the city. They say that there's a dwarf that likes to spend his times meditating up on a hill overlooking the bay. They say he comes into town every now and again to purchase provisions, but he doesn't really talk to people very much.
Okay.
But they have witnessed him fighting off some muggers once in a while, and they believe he's using martial arts to do so. So they kind of point you to the general location. They say it's north of the town, maybe a half a mile out. There's a hill that he likes to just sit there and meditate for hours and hours and hours.
No fight. So, so how much time has passed for me to try to find this information?
That took you about a couple days to do.
So can I spend the rest of my week and go up and try to find him?
Sure. So go ahead and roll me a perception check. I'll give you a further +5 on it. Yeah, so the guy is not actually hard to find. He's like the people said. He's sitting on the highest hill overlooking the bay, right outside of the north side of town. As you get closer, you see that this man is in fact a dwarf. He's sitting and meditating. He's got some like ritual ink tattooed on his bare flesh. He's sitting there in slacks with no shirt on, cross-legged, and kind of in like a praying position with his eyes shut.
I tap him on the shoulder and speak to him in Dwarvish.
In Dwarvish.
Yep.
He opens one eye, chuckles and laughs, and then closes his eyes and goes back to playing. He points to the ground next to him without saying any other words.
Please come and see your son. Please.
What has he done?
Mayor's inspecting the
What's at the ground next to him?
He just pointed there.
Like I'm supposed to sit there? Just sit.
He didn't
Go
say
ahead.
anything.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take a seat, I guess.
Good. He nods. But remains silent.
Gonna mimic his posture, and then tell him that I heard that he knows some martial arts, and if he would be willing to train.
Okay, just a second. Okay. You asked that question, and no sooner had you asked it, he swings at you.
Nice.
He hits. It makes an open palm attack. He does 2 points of damage. He asks in Dwarvish, "Are you sure you're up for this?" I take that as a no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way, I'm ready.
Okay. He goes back to meditation. An hour passes. He gets up, stretches a little bit, and he asks you, "So who was your master?"
Who's my master?
Who is your master?
I worship Ballora. Doesn't mean that I don't have a master.
Oh, a self-train, huh? Well, we're gonna have to beat that self-training out of you, aren't we? He takes a fighting stance and does the classic Bruce Lee finger come hither motion.
Yeah, give it my best shot.
He picks up a quarterstaff off the ground.
Take mine out.
Okay. We're gonna, let's see here. We're gonna remove some of these people from this. Okay, so he comes with an attack. He hits you. It's a good thump against the chest. You can tell he's holding back.
Man.
Easily misses, easily dodges your lunge with the staff. He kind of like sidekicks it too, so that you have to spin to keep the momentum from making you fall to the ground. And he says, "Again,
Again.
again. Same maneuver that you try, the same result. Again," he says. This time, when you lunge with the staff, he kind of jumps up on it and kicks it to the ground so that you kind of plant it into the ground. And he tisk, tisk, tisk. Show me your key. Again. I said show me your key. Again.
Oh my gosh. There's nothing that can really help me there. No. I don't get it. I'm just accidentally clicking.
What are you trying to do? Try to show him your flurry of blows, I think is what he's asking for.
That's just gonna be the same roll die.
Okay.
Vader got in the bathtub with it.
Okay, roll your damage. Okay. And then do you remember what to do with the flurry of blows?
Yeah, there's either the deck save or strength save.
Okay. So
Let's do the deck save
Okay.
for him to go prone.
He's successful. He clears his throat, kind of takes a leaning stance against his quarterstaff as he leans up against it. He goes, he puts his hand in his beard, starts kind of grooming it with his hand. So now I know where you're at. And I know what I have to work with. And he sits back down. I have to meditate on this. And he goes into a meditative stance. And he points to the ground next to him.
I'll spend the rest of my week right there.
Alright, we're going to move on to life here for a spell, alright?
Alright.
Yeah, you're going to spend some time.
You can keep going if you want with her. That was kind of interesting, to be honest with you.
Well, no, we're going to do kind of a round robin kind of scenario here. She's meditating
My one
right
week
now.
is over, so now you gotta start your first week.
So
Okay.
what, pray tell, Zahar, are you doing? First and
Well, of course
foremost,
I'm-
are you going to attempt to find a class trainer?
Yeah, that's for my dual wielding, right? Or is that for the language?
No, okay, so I guess you weren't here when I explained it. What I'm allowing you to do is if you successfully find a class trainer, right?
Yeah.
Complete the training they require of you. You get to add
Yeah.
you will get to add +1 to one of your class skills. However, if you don't train with a trainer, or you happen to train and you don't complete what they want of you, you'll just level up. You following?
So, no. What do you?
Okay, so
so
there's
I
there's like
get-
three
I
different
get the class
outcomes.
trainer.
There's 3 different outcomes. Okay, let me
No,
like
I get that.
Okay,
But I mean, like the class thing. Like, what are you talking about? Like class?
what do you mean?
Like
You're a
my
rogue.
like
You're a
rogue class? Like
Yeah,
Yes.
you're a rogue. That is
so?
your class.
Like one of my ability skills would go up
No,
if I complete the training.
no,
with
one
the
of
class.
your
No, one of your
class
proficiency.
skills. For instance.
Oh, so I'd gain proficiency in something else.
No, you would just get a +1 to it.
Okay.
All right, so your skills are acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. If you find a trainer and complete the training they require of you, what are you doing? You standing in the hallway naked, shaking your butt. What are you doing, boy? Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
That
Oh gosh.
sounds like something I would do nowadays.
Heck yeah. Right now.
So if you find a trainer and then you successfully complete their training, you get to +1 to one of your class skills. So I get a +1 to, if I successfully complete my training, I get to +1 to acrobatics, athletics, history, insight, religion, or stealth.
Okay, so what have you decided to do in regards to your training?
Well, of course, I'm gonna go for a class trainer.
Okay. So you're going to spend some time carousing in either low or middle class. Which are you going to try?
Fuck yeah. I want to go for like I guess a medium class urchin, I guess.
Okay, give me a percentage roll.
10.
It is actually, you can just do that. I didn't realize that, but you can right-click the D10 and hit the percentage die roll.
Right click and hit the percentage.
Yeah. So
2%.
20%. All right, so you didn't run into any complications, so go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Yes, sir.
Skills. Not
So
very
your
persuasive today.
first day, yeah, you're not really finding any information about someone that'd be willing to train you to become a better thief. In fact, you're getting dirty looks, so best to move on for the day.
Yeah. Appears that way.
Go ahead and give me another percentage roll and try again for the day 2.
Is that all that makes me?
All right, no complications for this day. Go ahead and roll the persuasion check again.
Yeah.
You met someone who kind of gives you some vague information about where a particular halfling kind of haunts. It's a pub in a very, very shady alley.
Okay.
Okay?
I guess I'm gonna head over to said shady alley.
As you glance down the alleyway, it's very shady, like figuratively and literally shady.
Yeah.
There is, however, a sign at the end of the alleyway. It kind of dead ends. The sign says, "The Hideaway." There's a huge half-orc standing outside in a guarding position. It looks more orc than half, if you ask me.
Why, hello, my orcish friend.
He spits. What are you here for?
I'm looking for a certain halfling that's said to be here.
A halfling?
I hear he haunts these alleyways and the shady side of town.
Oh. The large half-orc kind of moans and rubs his temples with one giant hand. Oh, why do I have to deal with these freaks all day? I don't know what kind of kinks you're into, but for fuck's sake, just go in and leave me alone.
Why, thank you, sir.
As you go in to the establishment, there are red tinted lamps all around, so there's a red light everywhere, saturated. You hear some moanings coming from some of the side rooms as you make your way down the entranceway. And then it opens to a bar and a stage where there are naked women gyrating and spinning around poles.
Well, this seems to be my kind of place, I take it. Everybody's pretty much focused on the women, huh?
Yep.
I scan the area, trying to see if I could spot said shady halfling.
You don't see any halflings. But you do see various races of gorgeous women. And one of them comes up to you. Oh, please, come have a seat, sir. Come have a seat. What are you drinking tonight?
Oh, I don't drink that often or much. I'm actually in search of someone.
Give me a perception check. Okay. You notice her eyes kind of dart to like behind you. She's sort of like to the side and got her arm around you, and she's to the left of you, and she kind of looks behind you just for a brief second.
I grab her and twirl her around like a dance maneuver.
Okay, give me another perception check.
Like where we both spin like a dancing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you spin, the bounce of your weaponry that's holstered on your hips is a little unbalanced. Like you normally have a rapier and a dagger, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, it's a little unbalanced.
I let her go and check to see what I'm missing.
You're missing the dagger. The dagger you got from Caesar.
I grab her and ask her who she's seen grabbing my dagger.
I don't know what you're saying, but if you don't let your hands off of me, promise you there's going to be trouble for you, sir.
Oh, there can be plenty of trouble. There will be plenty of trouble. I watched you look at someone. Now you can tell me who it is.
Last I checked in this city, looking was not a crime. You have one more chance to let me go, or I promise you, you're going to regret it.
This can be your last chance. You can tell me who you're looking at, or... Because someone stole my dagger while I was here, and you looked at them. So this is going to turn into a crime really fast. So apparently we're both on our last chance.
She screams,
and
Slug! Okay, give me 1 second.
One. Okay, second over.
All right, second over.
Okay.
You're so literal, man. You're so literal.
I see Zahar in a combat tracker.
Yeah, this happens to me quite
That's
often,
fine.
doesn't it?
All right, so the man who's kind of dressed in like traditional guard equipment, sword, shield, chainmail, looks very like uniformish. Comes making his way over. Zatra, is there a problem here? This man will not keep his dirty hands off of me. I've asked him several times to leave me alone, and he will not. You shut up! I am talking to Slug.
Well, that's fine, because my dagger happened to disappear as your eyes darted behind me to see who it was. And it would be nice if you could tell me who it is very quickly.
Slug
I gotta roll
laughs.
anything?
Nope. Slug laughs and says, "He's at it again, isn't he?" Talania says, "Huh." Just laughs, basically. Laughs it off. Sir, I don't know who you are, but the guy that took it probably is long gone by now. Maybe you would have better luck looking outside. Please leave.
Well, then maybe you could tell me who took it.
Uh,
And I
there's-
will find said long gone person.
we've had dealings with this guy before. He's very hard to keep a tab on for vertical reasons.
I have no problem with vertical reasons.
His name is Taloni, and like I said, he's probably long gone by now. So maybe you should leave, and maybe you'll be able to find him outside.
Is there a reward for Talone?
No, he's harmless.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna head outside and look for said Talone.
Okay. You head back out, and at the foot of the massive, oversized half orc, you see a halfling kind of chit chatting with him.
Good shit.
Alright. Damn. I, say excuse me.
The half orc
And,
looks over. Are you talking to me? Freak?
Oh,
Pervert?
Ooh.
I don't know why I have to be a freak or pervert. I wasn't.
I don't know.
in
You
there
come to this
in-
establishment asking for halflings when you're a full-grown elf. That's kind of perverted.
Well, I'm not into halflings. I am
Sure,
looking
says the
for
man
a
coming
certain-
to this establishment asking about halflings at the door. Sicko.
You're the one chatting with a halfling at this moment, aren't you?
He and I were just going over how gullible someone was inside. We're having a good chuckle about it. You hear the
Yes,
halfling
it was-
laugh.
Yeah. So
He
I
smiles
suppose
at you.
that
Oh,
you're-
settle down. I was just poking fun at you. He takes out your dagger and throws it at your feet.
Whoa, hey, oh, hey now.
Maybe you should keep better tabs on it if it's so precious to you.
Well,
Oh,
it just
hey
so
now.
appears. Just so appears that I'm looking for a very stealthy halfling such as yourself.
Oh, this is business then, hey?
It's always business.
And, good sir, pray tell what might I be able to do for you today?
Well, I've heard that you are pretty good at what you do, and I am in some desperate need of training my abilities to be quite better.
I can see that most definitely. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement. But first I'm going to need something from you. Hey?
Well, I don't have much to give, seeing as how the profession I am in, but what is it you require?
See, there is this shopkeeper who has been keeping a particular item that I'm most interested in very close to the chest. He is not letting it go for anyone. And he's asking extortionate rates for said item. I was thinking maybe if you were to help me, perhaps I can teach you a thing or two about the trade.
Well, I'm always down for a bit of fun.
Good. Meet me back in this exact spot tomorrow at sunset.
Well, do you want me here with said item, or to discuss the details.
We're gonna go do the damn thing. Are you dense?
Well, sometimes.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll work to your advantage someday, but not today. He turns and starts to walk away.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do with the
So
rest
is
of your
that-
day? Yeah. So this happened around a little after lunchtime.
Well, I'm going to sheathe my dagger, and I am going to look for a shop with a spiked chain whip.
Okay. Give me a percentage roll.
Give me a second. Get chicken off my hands.
Chicken, lick it, licking chicken. Okay, and then go ahead and give me a persuasion. Okay, you within an hour are able to find such an item. Now, granted, you're in the low class section of town, and everything looks pretty run down. The whip definitely has been used. You swear you see a bit of hair still attached to some meat on one of the blades at the end of
Any
it.
blood?
It's dried, long since been dry.
I asked the shopkeep the history of this item.
It was used in a fighting pit, he says.
A fighting pit.
Now, I assure you, the quality of all my goods are guaranteed. Unless the damage is obvious. Obviously, self-inflicted. I've had several people try to scam me in recent days. So I have to add that caveat. Naturally, you understand our course, right?
I do understand. I like an item with a bit of history to it.
Mm.
So what fighting pit would you say this came from?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Nope. I get the rejects from several different fighting pits in the area, and they just come in bulk. So I really can't be for sure which pit it came from.
Rejects.
I mean, not rejects. These are high class items, obviously, but once they've
How
been
much do
used in
you
the fighting
want?
pits, they tend not to want to use them anymore. It's so odd.
And how much do you want?
Hmm. He takes it from you and kind of mimics like weighing
There's-
it.
There shouldn't be much to this. It's very easy. The item was a reject from a fighting pit in which you send yourself that you don't know the exact history of, which doesn't make it very
He interrupts you.
interesting.
5 gold.
5 gold.
Yes, 5 gold.
You don't even know the item's history. How could you charge me 5 gold for this?
How indeed. 5 gold. You seem to want it, and that is the price. 5 gold.
I never seem to want it. I'm looking for one.
He repeats himself. 5 gold.
I try to persuade him to 1.
Okay.
I say 1.
Go ahead and
Should I
try.
roll my persuasion?
Yes. Okay. You've seen through it. Yes. I don't get the best quality gear here. 1 gold it is, and it's yours. So
And you don't know any more about the history of this item.
no, I just know that it's nasty, and I want it out of my shop. Please take it for your measly 1 gold. You haggler.
Measly. Alright, I take the item.
Okay, I'm
I
adding
already
it.
adjusted my gold.
Alright, I'm adding it to your inventory. There you go. You got your whip. Whip. Alright, So we're gonna stop you there and pick up with Sean.
Um, little help though. Before you move on to Sean.
What?
The whip.
What about it? I've already added it to all the places you need it. Your weapons,
Okay.
actions, and your inventory.
Oh, you're fucking awesome.
Okay.
It's even got the star because I'm proficient with it.
Yep.
God, you give me a chubby sometimes.
Ooh, baby. All right, Sean. So, have you decided what if you're actually going to pursue a class trainer?
I would like.
Did he say something?
Yes, I would
Oh.
like to train.
Okay. So, are you going to are you going to try to infiltrate high class society? Or are you going to stick with medium or low class?
To seek a class trainer, I actually have to carouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go for. Well, wait a minute. Can't I use my performance skill to help me with this?
I will. Well, I mean, if it's higher than your persuasion, I'll allow it.
I'm just want to read this to you real quick about performancing.
Okay.
Oh, where is it?
Okay, your
course
charisma
I can't find
performance
it.
check determines how well you can delight an audience with music, dance, acting, storytelling, and some other form of entertainment.
Right.
Okay.
But it said something about me being able to always secure something.
A living.
Yeah. No, like I'd be able to make a performance somewhere at, you know what I mean? I remember reading it. Now I can't find it.
Was it in the bard section?
Yeah. I'm looking it up now, but I can't find it now. I don't know why. It's weird.
Or was it your background?
Oh, maybe it was my background.
Which is what again? Remind me? Entertainer?
Entertainer. Hang on, I'm looking at that now. Entertainer routines, proficiencies, acrobatics performance.
Yeah, by popular demand. You can always find a place to
That's it.
perform.
That's it.
Usually in an inn, a tavern, but possibly with a circus, at a theater, or even a noble's court. In such a
Okay.
place, you receive free lodging and food of a modest or comfortable standard, as long as you perform each night. In addition, your performance makes you something of a local figure. When strangers recognize you in town where you had performed, they typically take a liking to you.
Okay.
So that
So
doesn't
is there a
necessarily...
way? Is there a way that I can spin that into helping me contact a trainer?
So, like I said, what I would do for you in that situation, if your performance skill is higher than your persuasion, which it looks like it is, you would be able to use that instead of the persuasion check.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go with high class.
You're going high class.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a percentage roll. Let me clear this out.
Snooty bitch.
So you want 2 10s?
So what you do is
There's
you
a way to do that.
right-click the D10 and then hit the percentage. It'll say
Percentage.
D100.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it, brother. Okay.
All right. So you
Nice.
didn't cause any ruckus. So now give me a performance check. Okay, 17. You actually meet a delightful pair of ladies that tell tales of a charming older gentleman by the name of Keffin. He is said to split his nights between entertaining the lords and ladies of Baythorpe and the various lodges found in the middle class areas.
Okay.
It's actually
And
Kefin like that.
okay, better.
Yep.
And they said he hangs out in the middle class areas.
Yeah, he's kind of splits his time between coming up to high class and going down to the low class areas. Not low, medium, middle
No.
class.
Middle class, you said, not low class.
Correct.
And where would he spend this time?
He rotates. He doesn't stay in one place.
But is he spending the time in pubs and inns, or is he spending
Yes,
the time
taverns, pubs, and inns. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
No. The ladies actually invite you to kind of play play your instruments for them.
Okay. I'd be happy to.
Okay. So give me a performance check. They seem happy with it, and they ask you over. One of the ladies would. She kind of turns red when she's asking you, but she asks you if you would like to spend the night with her.
I thank you, my lady, but that would be a no.
She huffs and turns and leaves.
Okay. So I guess I will start looking in inns of upper class and middle class quality.
Okay, you
For this
spend the
gentleman
remainder
named
of the
Captain.
day. Yep. So you spend the remainder of the day carousing where you're at in the upper class. Okay. So go ahead
Okay.
and give me a performance check again. This time with advantage because you have the name.
+2 or +5?
Advantage.
Oh, just advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ugh.
You don't get anywhere. He's obviously not in this district today.
Okay.
So you're gonna.
How much of the day do I have left?
It is nighttime. You spent the most of the rambunctious hours of the night in the higher class establishments where he
Okay,
might.
time check. What time is it exactly?
You're like
Or relatively?
you're like 11 p.m.
11 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. Whatever pub I am in right now, I ask if I walk up to the barkeep and I ask if they would like me to play some nice, quiet end of night music.
That would be ideal, the barkeep says.
Awesome. We'll worry about payment later.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for lodging, I will gladly trade.
That's perfect. I'll take it.
Okay.
And a pint of ale, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, well, that'll be 5 copper.
You got it. Okay, so I guess performance again.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want with advantage or non-advantage?
No, you're just performing for the crowd, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep, some of the drunks start to get up and leave, and some of them are actually kind of yawning. You're putting people to sleep.
Awesome. That's what he wanted, right?
Yep.
All right. So I guess I'll play until maybe 1, and then I'll grab some sleep.
Okay. Yeah, so there's it's a room with just a cot and a kind of like a half table. Not much of a room at all, really. But it is a place to fall into.
But it is a place to fall in, right? Exactly. So okay, great.
Okay. So
It's free.
Yep. So you wake up,
Okay.
and what are you gonna do?
I'm going to hightail it into the middle class area of town.
Copy that. All right, so give me a percentage roll.
Nice.
All right, so you're there. No complications thus far.
Okay.
So
And I search for Kevin or go from bar to bar asking for if anyone's seen him or.
yep. So just give me the performance roll with advantage, again.
Jesus.
Advantage.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. You know what? I'm gonna drag it.
There you go. The the sixth bar that you enter, you hear jovial music coming from it at
Awesome.
a very fast tempo, like almost unhuman.
Wow.
Yep, it's coming from
So
outside. It's a lively place. People are dancing. The whole place seems like it's heaving from all the dancing.
Nice. So I go to investigate.
Okay. Like I said, it's a very rowdy place. There's people drinking, people up on the bar dancing, and this older gentleman with blonde hair that's not quite going gray, but you do see gray highlights, is just
Okay.
going to town on a loot like a fiend. Like you would swear there'd be smoke coming from the strings, but somehow he's keeping
Wow.
it together.
Wow. Okay. I guess seeing this, I'm gonna try to kind of like subtly join the performance by playing flute in the background, softly.
Okay, give me a
You know, in other words, just loud enough for him to pick up that I'm actually trying to practice along with him, but not enough to be killing his spotlight.
Okay. Well, first give me a perception check to see if you can catch the tempo. You got it. You feel the tempo. Your legs moving. All right. Now give me a performance check to actually join in.
Oh, shit.
Man.
I killed it.
Yeah. He actually he turns to you, and then he kind of like does like an up motion with his head, and he wants some more bravado out of you.
Okay, so I pick it up a bit.
Okay. So give me another performance.
I'm not gonna roll that again. Not bad.
He's smiling and his head's moving with your bravado that you're adding with the flute, and it's only amplifying his performance. It's at this point,
Awesome.
this point, the whole bar,
Place is upside down.
everybody that wasn't dancing is now dancing.
Awesome.
You maintain about this for maybe like 4 hours or so, and then you see the man, Keffin, get up, take a bow, and he points. He kind of gestures his hand over to you, like he wants you to bow.
I just wave my hand. I just wave my hand.
He gets up and he makes his way over to the bar. And they have 3 meads sitting there waiting for him.
Nice. Okay, I walk up to the bar and I tell him how astonished I am at his performance.
Oh, well,
Unbelievable.
hey, you weren't so bad yourself there, kid.
Oh, I don't know about that. I have a lot to live up to if I ever expect to reach your status as a bard.
Ugh, well, you're pretty hell on that flute, so keep up the good work, and I assure you that you will definitely kill the ladies.
Hey, listen, I was wondering, as good as you are, would you mind maybe mentoring me or training me?
Well, he kind of ponders for a minute. I suppose I have a thing or two to teach you. What exactly are you looking to learn?
Well, I want to increase my skills in the bard trade. It could be just generalized, whole-rounded training, or
Hmm. All right. I mean, are you looking to have better performances? Are you looking?
okay. So player to DM.
Okay.
I'm not really sure how you want to go about this
All right. Did you
because
hear my spiel
I want to
about?
get to bard 4.
Right. Okay. So
You know what I mean?
the purpose of this is if you successfully do your training, you're gonna get a +1 of your class skill of your choice.
Oh, okay.
That's if you
So
complete the training. Now, if you don't complete the training, you get to level up, and even if you didn't seek out a trainer, you would still get to level up.
you would still get to level up.
Yes.
So, yes.
Okay. Okay. So
So
it's
you're
a
just doing
skill-
this for the bonus, basically.
for a bonus of a skill.
There's three possible outcomes, right?
Right.
Number one, you don't find a trainer at all, and you level up. Number two,
Okay.
you find a trainer, fail the training, and you level up.
Okay.
Number three, you find the trainer, complete the training, you level up, and you get +1 of a skill of your choice.
Does it have to be a skill I'm already proficient in, or can it be something I'm not proficient
It's
in?
got to be a
Has
class
to be
skill.
one of your bards skill.
Okay, so it's got to be a class skill. So okay, so I say to you this: persuasion is charisma based.
Correct. Is it a bard?
But
It's bard, right?
It's bard, but
Yep.
I'm not proficient in it. I
Right.
get
So
bonus
you
in
wouldn't
it,
get you wouldn't get a proficiency in it. You would just get the +1. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so instead of having so I'd be instead of +4 in persuasion, I'd be +5.
Right. Let me pull up your sheet. Persuasion. Yep. So we would go like we would do that. You see?
Okay,
You
and
see?
if I wanted it to be performance, it would be +9.
Correct. It would be you would have a +1 miscellaneous bonus and then +8 for your.
Yeah, but I'm wondering how at +8 performance already. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see,
Like
he's
how-
asking you
Like when am I
what are
using
you,
that?
He's asking you basically like what are you looking to improve in? What aspect of the bard class are you looking to improve yourself in?
Oh man, so many things. This has nothing to do with cantrips, right?
No. Like
We're
I
gonna
said,
fix that later,
We're gonna
right?
fix that later. Yeah.
All right. What do you recommend, Brando? I mean, honestly, because there's so much like that's such an open-ended thing. It's hard for me to make a
Well, I
choice.
mean, it's
one
not
way.
that open-ended. I mean, you have. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Skills. Choose any
Yeah.
3.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Uh.
I mean, performance. I obviously don't need any more points in. I would like maybe a little bit more perception
Okay. We'll
on
do
the
that
wisdom end of things.
then.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say I'm looking to maybe increase my perception of things.
That will be difficult.
I know.
Not impossible. He minds you with a finger up in the air. Not impossible. He starts moving the finger back and forth.
I look at his finger intently.
I think we can come up with something. You do have a lute, right?
I do, sir.
Okay. Come with me.
Very well.
Okay. He leads you into, I guess, would be his chamber. He's got like
Okay.
the presidential suite.
Nice.
Have a seat. He pulls out a stool for you.
Okay, I sit.
All right. We're gonna try to work on your perception by seeing if you can keep pace with my loot work.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll start slow and then we'll work up to a frenzy. How's it sound?
Sounds great.
Okay. So he takes it out and he starts to strum a very familiar melody that
Oh, cool.
most bards are really familiar with.
Okay.
And he wants you to try to match.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your performance. He nods, and he kind of takes it up a little bit, maybe like a half a measure. Go ahead and try to match. He smiles. Very good, very good. He switches the melody, and at this point, he's basically doing double time. Like his fingers are moving pretty fast. I mean, you can kind of see what his fingers are doing. And he again asks you to try to match.
Okay.
Yep. You bling 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 bling. You know, you ruin the melody. All right. He's like, hey, that's not bad, not bad. Let's try it again from the top.
Okay.
All right. So he starts back again. He's got the melody going. Try to match. Okay, not bad, not bad. He brings it up a notch, half measure. Try to match. Very good, very good. Now he brings it double time. His fingers are moving.
Try to match.
Try to match. Up, you lose it again. Plung, 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 plung. All right, so he stops. He's like, okay. Let me just listen to you play for a minute.
Okay.
I want to see your training in action. Give me the best you can do. So, give me a advantage roll on your performance.
Nice.
Okay, so you're playing. He says, "Let me give you your best tempo," and you begin, and that's your best tempo, and he joins in. He almost matches your tempo. I mean, you're pretty harmonious at this point.
Okay.
Okay, and then he begins to kind of rev it up just a little bit to try to encourage you to play it up.
Okay.
Yep. So
hit it again.
Hit it again.
Bad.
Very good, very good. Now, he pops one of the strings on his guitar. Shit!
Damn!
All right. Well, unfortunately, this kind of thing happens when you play like a devil. I'm gonna go take this
know.
to a guy I know to get it fixed. Meet me here tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll work on this some more.
Okay. Be my pleasure.
Okay. I'll see you then. What's your name again?
It's Sean, my lord.
Okay, you can call me Old Man Keffin.
I will, old man Keffin. Thank you. It's been
Okay.
a pleasure working with you.
All right. All right. Psycho, you still with us?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. All right, man. Did you look over the handout I gave you?
I looked over it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you would like to accomplish, like specifically on your 2 weeks? Or are we just
Well, first question I have is I know that I had like a chess set, right, with my Goliath race. Am I proficient with that chess set, or I just have it?
You mean the dragon chess set?
Yeah. Remember, I had the option to pick
Oh, yeah,
between,
yeah.
like, dice.
No, you
chess
should
set.
have it.
I know I have it, but am I like proficient with it? Am I good at it, or I just have it?
You're proficient. Yes.
Okay, so if I were to use that as a form of gambling, I would have like advantage rolls.
You would have proficiency rolls. You would get to use your proficiency, which is +2 at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what all proficient means. You're proficient in something, you
Okay,
get to add that
gotcha.
+2 to it, plus your stat.
Okay. So my next question would be, if I don't choose that, I would like to go into pit fighting. And I
Okay,
read
so let
that's-
me offer you this. I don't know if you picked up what I told Sean just a minute ago about the three potential outcomes of seeking a class trainer. Were you here for
Okay.
that?
I did hear that.
Okay, so if you pick to try to search a class trainer, first you would have to look for one by carousing. If you find one, they would have to be willing. You have to get them to convince them to train you. If you complete their training, you get to add +1 to one of your class skills on top of leveling up. If you don't complete their training, you still get to level up, but you don't get that +1.
Mm, So you mean class skills as in acrobatics?
So
and all that?
here, let me pull out your list here. Barbarian, skills. Choose from. It's your choose from skills basically for your class: animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, and survival.
Okay.
So if you chose athletics again, you would get a +10 every time you rolled athletics. You crazy Goliath, you. If you chose perception, you would get a +5, which is pretty damn good actually. So that's the bonus of actually seeking out a class trainer and completing the training.
Now, is this a one-time thing to seek out the class trainer, or I can do this anytime we have
Anytime
time
we
off?
level up. If there's one available. There's not always going to be, depending on where you are and where you try, it's not always going to be available. But
Yes,
we're
sir, I don't even know. Where are we? Are we still
we're
in
in
the
a
same big city?
we're in a capital city, capital of the
Okay.
province of the Consigner Strand, Abea Thorpe. That's where the Adventuring Guild is, and that's where your first adventure was.
So, let me just ask you guys who have a lot more experience with this than me. Should I go that route? Or should I
You
try
don't
to make
have
some
to.
money?
You don't have to.
It's up to you. Totally completely up to you. Do you want to add? Do you want to possibly add to one of your possible proficiencies? Maybe one that you're lacking in? It takes a week, so at least.
So,
Because you have to
we got
carouse.
2 weeks off, right?
Yeah.
So this could take 1 week, and I could still go earn money the second week, right?
Or potentially earn money the entire week as you're.
Yeah, entire 2 weeks. Just fight the whole time.
Yeah, I'm always working. I'm always playing in some bar or something like that, looking for room and board or making some coin.
Mm,
So the cool thing about this is, yes, it's entirely up to you. But the way that you do this, it's going to determine your player's outcome during battle and things like that. So let's say you don't do the ability score, you just go for the money. What might end up happening is you would have enough money for us to go into like another big city while we are doing our thing, and hey, you found something really cool and you can actually afford it. Another thing that could happen is you end up with like a stack of money. Now that depends on if your player was looking for riches and that's, their thing. But, future, looking to the future, a horse isn't cheap, and you also have to pay for boarding and things like that. So money comes in handy. Um, a horse would basically look like a fucking small donkey to a Goliath.
Mm.
But I mean, that is usually like a good thing to have. And like I said, they're kind of expensive. But you should look at your abilities. You should also look at how much money you have now, plus the potential money that we would earn from bounty hunting and adventuring in various ways, because there's also side quests that come up while we're on one adventure. You don't have to definitely stick to said adventure. You could have something come up, and for like a month we could go on like a side fucking quest that might have something to do with our main quest and might not, but we just chose to go that direction. So
I've
what
got
you're
6
looking
gold, and all of my skill classes are fairly decent.
Well, what you're looking at now is how are you going to set your player up for the future? Are you going riches, or are you going for like a stat-based character? So that's basically your decision right now.
Are you trying to get renown? That's another.
Yes. Whenever we show up, somebody says, "I seen him in a fight," and they quiver in fear without fighting. You know what I mean?
Do that from doing a lot of pit fighting.
It's possible. Anything's possible, man. That's the beauty about this.
Fuck it, let's go pit fighting.
Going to the pit fight, yeah. All right, so you are actually, because it's not illegal, but it's not common. There's no like sanctioned pit fighting in the city. So you're gonna have to kind of look for some underground stuff. So you're gonna actually have to give me some carousing.
Player to DM.
Okay,
Can I help in any way?
help
Not player based, but like player to player help.
if you want. You can talk to him. I'm not gonna stop you from
so-
talking to him.
So a big thing that you could go for renown rather than, let's say, lowly pit fighting, like a gladiator-esque thing, like look for like an arena. You got to remember we're in those times where that was the form of entertainment. Yeah, and that's not illegal. It's completely above board. There is good money in it, and that is what would spread your name, because we go to another town or big city and they have a fight arena, and you put your name on that, sign up roster, and whispers become a thing. Whispers of your name around town. He's in town, he's fighting, we should show up. Your name on a bill brings you more money because it brought the stadium more money, type thing.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're not renowned, pit fighting is a way that gladiators are spawned. So if you couldn't get into the gladiator thing, then I would go to pit fighting. Know what I mean?
Is there an arena in this major city that we're in?
There is. It's in the central market area.
I would like to go there and see if I can get signed up for gladiator fighting.
Okay. Well, do me a favor. Do some carousing, because you gotta know someone to get in here. So, some middle class carousing. So give me a percentage roll first.
Right
Alright,
click the D10.
Yeah,
and
right-click the
click
D10.
percent.
And then there's a little percent sign that gives you the D100.
So would this also be a possible outreach for a gladiator trainer for him?
It could be. I'm not saying it's not gonna be.
Look at that, buddy, a twofer.
Yep.
If
All right.
you
So
roll.
you have no complications. You are going to go ahead and give me a. You're in the process of kind of getting a sponsor to get into the gladiator. So you're going to be showing off some of your athletic skills. So go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Oh, I can do that. Come on, baby. Big numbers.
Big numbers. You are actually in a position where two sponsors are actually trying to outbid each other to sponsor you into the gladiator pits.
Of course they are.
One is a young human male who's his name's Gavin. He's offering you a sponsorship of 100 gold per fight.
All right, and the other?
The other guy is a ex gladiator by the name of Tivas. Tevas. Tivas. He's an older gentleman, probably like in his 70s, human. He's quite portly at the moment. He is going to be offering you. What did that young whippersnapper offer you?
100.
100. I could do 115 per fight.
Is your name still known around these parts?
Tivas the Destroyer is what they used to call me.
And you'll take care of me. You'll introduce me to other people that you still recognize.
I will do my damnedest to promote you. That's kind of my job.
All right, let's do it.
115. You will not regret this. I better not regret this, however. Okay, so he takes you into the kind of registration pit, and they do, in fact, remember him. Tivas the Destroyer. What have you brought us today? Oh my God, look at the size of him. Hey, this is non-lethal, buddy. They point at you. You understand this, right? You dense-headed Goliath?
Accidents sometimes happen.
Yeah, well, you need to refrain from they sometimes happen to they will not happen. You got that? But we have healers, but they can only do so much sometimes. All right. So, what's your level of experience, Goliath?
Well, I am a mercenary veteran, so I have definitely some history and experience in fighting.
Well, I guess we'll be seeing about that, won't we? All right, so come back tomorrow, and we'll get you your first fight.
Sounds good. Do you have some place that I can stay for the night?
We're not an inn. Are you a bum? Do you not have lodging?
Player here.
He's lodging at the
player.
guild.
Yeah. We lodge at the guild, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Sean's just
Okay.
And just say you come back tomorrow.
Starting to make me wonder if this is gonna work out. We're gonna
I'll show you tomorrow.
call you Goliath the Bum.
I think not.
Okay.
What time should I show up?
Bright and early.
All right.
All right. So you can try to do anything else with your day? Because this is like lunchtime.
Yeah, I'll make.
To be honest with you, you are an oddity here, right? You stand out like a sore thumb, so it was very easy for you to get some sponsors to get you into the gladiating arenas. So
Well, I'll go to.
it happened fast.
I'll go to an inn or a pub and see if I can find some people to gamble with.